And that actually is really relevant to this extra mysterious fourth mode that I mentioned, right? So we talked about grief also being in the list, but I don't think we should pay too much attention to that. I don't think we should pay too much attention to that. I don't think we should pay too much attention to that.
I don't think we should pay too much attention to that.
Oh my God!
You're as beautiful as the day I lost you.
Hello everyone and welcome home. If you haven't guessed yet, today we're going to be talking about the supposed teaser for Grief. A game mode that we haven't seen since Black Ops 2, even though it's kind of been found in the game files for every single Call of Duty under the Treyarch name since, we just have never gotten it back. Probably because they're too lazy to take it out of the code, but I digress. Before we dive headfirst into this topic, I just wanted to take a second to say thank you so much, so goddamn much for the support on the channel lately. It has been incredible. I could not even fathom the last video would be doing as good as it is. And yes, maybe to some people, almost 10k views is not a lot. But here in the Killer Cult, we appreciate what we get. So, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much. The support has been wonderful. I love all the comments and the engaging with each other and the conversations happening, and it's just awesome. It's so cool to see. When I first started this channel a year and a half ago, I had no clue where we would end up, and I'm loving every second. So thank you. So now that I've spilled my guts, let's carve our way through today's topic. So while I was once again checking out Call of Duty Twitter, I was in the midst of seeing all the discourse about Stitch coming back for the post, Warzone seasonal content. And as I'm scrolling, what do I see but a tweet from Treyarch that says only one can win, with an image of the Janus logo with Richtofen mewing in the goddamn picture, and the other one being an emblem of Samantha, or Sam, right? And my brain says, what the hell does this mean? Does this mean that in the next map, which is rumored, of course, to be, Janus Towers, and there's also rumors that it's going to be the last map, so is this just to build the hype train of Richtofen versus Sam, or is this to tease something a little bit more? You see, way back in Black Ops 2, we had a game mode called Grief. And as much as everybody's talking about it right now, nobody played it. Back then, nobody played that shit. Like, I had such a hard time trying to get my friends to play it with me, and I know nobody else was playing it because trying to find a match in Grief was a nightmare. So, I think the nostalgia has kicked in because I see a lot of people hoping, wishing, and wanting it to be Grief. Which, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Grief. I played it, the shit out of it when I could, but friends only want to play so much until you're whipping their ass and then they don't want to play anymore. It's just like when you play Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, or Tekken, right? You're just whooping on them and they're like, okay, this isn't fun anymore. And you're like, yeah, it is. And they don't want to play with you. So, yeah, Grief. Interesting. I do think, however, that we're in a very interesting position here because bringing Grief back now with the player base of Black Ops 6 and the movement that we have, I think it would be overall a more pleasant experience, and I think that more people would actively engage in this game mode. I think you would see a lot more videos, a lot more, TikToks of gameplay. I think you would have a lot more friends making challenges of it. I think it would just be a nice extra mode to play outside of the round-based that people could engage in, especially if you could play it on all maps. I think it would take Black Ops 6 and turn it on its head in a positive way. I think people would really like that. Honestly, I know that I would like that. That would be some fun streams, man. Get the boys together. I think overall it would be a fun addition. Honestly, I think it's something that the community kind of even needs right now. We have rumors, like I said earlier, that Janus Towers is going to be the last map. So why not introduce a new fun game mode leading up to that last map to re-engage your audience, kind of take a couple steps back and reassess what's happening, figure out the voice acting situation, and make Janus Towers, if it is the last map, one hell of a last map to lead into the Black Ops 7 zombie cycle. Take a little time off to perfect that map, give us a new game mode to play and have fun, and I think it would just work really well. Obviously, I don't speak for the whole community. I'm just an asshole on YouTube, so please let me know what you think down in the comments below if that's what they should do. So now going past the whether it will happen, it should happen, or why it wouldn't happen, let's just pretend like we live in a world where it is for sure happening. I want to break down a little bit of the story logistics here and have a nice little fun like think tank. You ready? So the picture says only one can win, and it has a photo of Richtofen in the Project Janus logo, and the other is Sam. Clearly we know from the end of the Easter egg in Shattered Veil that Sam had ulterior motives, something that if you ask me we could have guessed from the goddamn beginning, but hey, I'm not the writer. So story-wise, even though yes, I am familiar that BO2 Grief did not technically have a story, it was just CDC versus CIA. I think we're at a point in the Call of Duty realm where it would be a little bit more than that, right? I think that it would be really cool for Richtofen's side to have new operator skins that are like Project Janus soldier outfits, or give us a fucking Blanchard, and then on Team Sam you have like Panos as your announcer or something, and you get a Panos skin or something like that, and then you play as maybe aetherized versions of the cast or soldiers or something. Give me some aether, you know, suits, and I think that would be so sick. Just these I'm fucking up my words today. I'm sorry. I think that would be a good way to move it forward. I also think having it take place across all the maps, like post Easter eggs, would be really cool. Like almost these factions are going behind to almost clean up these messes, and or even initiate like the outbreaks to begin with. Just give us some story implications here. I think it would make the map's replayability a lot better. I also think it would be extremely more unique. Giving those characters dialogue to whichever faction they're on would be really cool, like updated voice lines. I also think maybe some new radios or something could help out, flesh out the story a little bit. I also think that doing this would provide a little bit more longevity to Black Ops 6. I think people would come back to it more, because as it stands, I feel like if BO7's maps have premise and they kind of hit, people aren't going to come back to BO6 to play that much anymore. It's just kind of gonna die, and I don't want to see that happen. So I think this, as a permanent mode, if done correctly, if executed correctly, offers us a little bit more longevity, and I think that's something that Black Ops 6 desperately needs. But now, for probably the more accurate scenario, this isn't going to be Grief, right? This is just hyping us up for the last map, because it's going to be the final Richtofen versus Sam leading into BO7, if this is the last map. This is going to gear us up for the Easter egg, and the only other implication this can have is the possibility of two different endings. One where you can side with Richtofen and destroy Sam.
Ah, there you are. It is so nice.
Or one where you side with Sam and send Richtofen to the dark ether. Which, if they're setting up BO7 to contain premise, I bet you the canonical one will be Sam winning, sending Richtofen to the Dark Ether, where he'll meet premise, return in BO7, and start something else. However, that does kind of conflict with Modern Warfare Zombies, because in the year 1996, Gray leaves a videotape for her daughter, Ava, who was created with DNA from Samantha and Ravenov, incubated in Gray. And I'm pretty sure I remember, I'll have to look up the proof, I'm gonna look it up. If I found the proof, it's gonna be on screen right now. If I didn't, then the sources just trust me, bro. So I'm pretty sure there was, it was said that like Richtofen was responsible for her pregnancy. So if he helps her get pregnant, then he can't be in the Dark Ether, unless this takes place sometime between 91, 92 to 96. But I don't know. That's a really tricky situation. And not only is it a tricky situation, it's very reliant on getting all of this done very quickly story-wise, unless there's time travel jumping around. But by doing Modern Warfare Zombies, they kind of put themselves in this time limit, right? So I am just really curious on how exactly they're going to try to pull this off. Either way, I'm sure it's going to be interesting, and either way, I think it's going to cause more upheaval in the community. I think you're going to see a lot more people talking about it. You're going to see a lot more videos being made, and diving into the story even deeper that direction, you're also going to lose some people, because a lot of people are playing this game for the story for some reason, like myself, kind of, and it just continues to just be a mess, man. It just keeps being a fucking mess. Okay. this isn't a story video. This is a grief video. I personally hope that it's grief. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not, because people have claimed grief every zombie since BO2. Call of Duty claims they listen to the community, but they don't always, and that's fine. You know, it is what it is. But if I were a betting man, I probably would bet against this. I don't think we're actually going to get grief. I hope we do, but I don't think we will, because Treyarch, they just don't listen. They don't listen, man. That is end of the line. That's all she wrote. Hey everyone. I just wanted to take a second to say again, thank you so much for the support on the last video. When making a video about something as simple as drama regarding a character getting too many skins, I did not think that it would become the second most highest viewed video on my channel. That is something that is just very crazy to me. Having done this channel for a year and a half now, I've struggled with a lot of identity problems. I wanted to cover more topics than just zombies, but at the end of the day, when I was a kid, I got into YouTube because I wanted to do zombies content, and it just feels at home. It feels right. So I really appreciate the support on the return to form. I have a lot more videos planned from here on out. And like you saw today with this grief video, I kind of like just picking a topic and talking about it. It makes me feel excited about the content I'm making again. It makes me feel excited about the direction that the game is going in. And it makes me feel excited to engage with you guys. So for those of you that have made it this far, thank you so much. It means the world to me. And in regards to grief, I seriously would love to know what you think in the comments below. Please let me know whether you think it's going to be coming, if they're never going to do it again, or if this is just a tease at the possibility of alternate ending Easter eggs. I am going to love discussing it with all of you. I hope you liked today's video, and if you did, please slash that like button, leave a sub, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on all of the future fun activities we have planned. As always, I'm your friendly neighborhood hometown killer.